Hello. So it's 0808. It's the 88 portal. It's the Lion's Gate. So what's it all about? Is it the truth? Everything's kind of contradictory. Some people are saying it's just like a cheap manifestation rip-off. Some say it's false spirituality. Some say it's false light. What is it? What's happening? What's going on? So I'm going to try and unpick a little bit of it. And it's also, for me, this is a time, this is the first in, I did intend to start on 7/7, but I'm sure most of you have had delayed plans in July, okay? I want to start looking in or processing something in these portals, the 8/8, the 9/9, the 10/10, etc., because it's just a nice point to come in, and it's a bit of accountability for me to come in and do something regular, and just speak about where we are in the year in terms of my own medicine and what we're doing, my own teachings. Okay, so I was reminded by Facebook today that I have in fact been posting about 8/8 for a long time, long before I was aware of anything that to do with the Lionsgate portal, long before I was aware of any significance with regarding Sirius or what any of that meant. So I'm not going to talk into the astrology because it's detailed, and it's also available for everyone to look. It is the journey of Sirius, away from our horizon and back into our sight from Earth. And the only thing I will say is that, I'm not talking about it because I'm not an astrologer. The only thing I will say is that Sirius is our spiritual sun. It's the sun of our soul. So we have our sun of our bodily form, and this is the sun of our soul, our energetic sun. So when we have these connections to Sirius, we allow it to speak directly into our soul's purpose. We allow it to give us information about what it was we came here for. In the Irish medicine, we call it Dharn. In the Vedic medicine, we're calling it Dharma. The purpose you came in with, your soul's blueprint, what you're here to do. Okay, so this alignment with Sirius is what it's all about. It's about this journey. The journey of Sirius goes away, collects information, comes back in, realigns with us, and gives this new galactic information for us. All right, so and how we process that is completely individual, because we all have our own galactic makeup as well as our own ancestral makeup here from the earth, with our own genetic coding. We have our own galactic coding as well. So onwards from there, I've been celebrating this, well, not celebrating, but marking it much longer than I knew what it was, because simply I liked the 8/8, and 8 has become a massive part of what I do in terms of the therapies, the healings, the teaching, whatever it is you want to call it. 8, the figure 8, figures heavily throughout and has done for a long time. So it was that attraction, the fact that it looks like an infinity, the fact that it's related to abundance, all of those lovely things that 8s mean. And I've always been fascinated with double numbers or numerology, repetitive numbers, repeating numbers. The new tat, 44. So anyway, yeah, I'm getting very loop-de-loop, but that's the energy of today. I'm excited for this portal, and I'm excited not for what I can get out of the portal in terms of what am I putting through it. This year feels very much, what can I receive from it in terms of information? And the reason it feels so vital this year is because it's, we are at this pinnacle, and I don't actually think we're at the pinnacle. I think it's going to get much more distorted, but we're approaching this hump of a pinnacle whereby information is so distorted right now, between AI versions of things, between being able to mock up what people are saying, between very polarized views of every single thing that is happening in the world stage, we are getting very polarized opinions and views about what's happening. So the opportunity to take in some pure information that is specifically not Facebook algorithm designed for you, advertising specifically encoded for your soul, you and me something else, and next door neighbor something else. The opportunity to open and receive what that information is more vital than ever. So I understand that there is this disdain for, right, what can we get on the 8 portal? What can I manifest? Manifestation seems to be this runaway train, without the realization that we're constantly manifesting. We're constantly manifesting, but generally we're manifesting from thought. Your pineal gland is extremely magnetic. So what you're manifesting through thought is, more often than not, when you're not in control of the mind or not in awareness on the observer of your own mind, you're attracting the wrong stuff. And the other sort of element to this is how involved is our body. Your body and your lower system, your lower chakras, have to be involved in order to make something manifest that you're genuinely wanting to pull and attract in, because it has to feel safe to you. It has to feel safe to your system. And Ton says, therefore, your system has to feel safe first. So there's a lot more to manifestation than, this is what I want, I've written it down in a journal, I'm posting it through the 8 portal, and I await your delivery. There's more to it than that. Okay, so it's not this year, I don't feel, about posting your like your Santa letter through the portal. It's about opening up as much as you can to what is actually being said. Now, if you get this video next month, remember, time is not linear. Everything is happening now. Tap in still with the practice I'm going to show you and get the information that was meant for you in July and August. Okay, this is possible. Just do it. Even if you don't understand why. I don't understand why, I just know it works. And that's the premise of living in this way, where you become attuned and aware of the feedback loop of what you're doing and what you're doing, particularly, not what everyone else is doing. That brings me to my next point about this portal. Be very aware of where you are at the moment in victimhood. Where are you feeling or interpreting the world or circumstances or another is getting at you, is ruining something for you, is blocking you, is not allowing you to go forward? Be very, very aware of that, because that is not showing you the weakness in the other person or the situation or the problem or the slowing of momentum towards what you want. It is showing you what you've done to contribute to this situation. And it's very important that you listen to it from that perspective. So that's what I was saying about that. The other thing is, be aware of new information that's come into you in this last few days that you're like, wow, I didn't know about that before now. Because again, that is vital for you at this moment. I'll give you an example. So my children get these things called letters from afar, and they're amazing. They're these like handwritten, they look like handwritten, but they're printed letters in an old-fashioned like striped edged envelope, and it's from a different place every time, every month, and there's a little map with it, and it's just gorgeous. Anyway, what arrived this week was about the lost city of El Dorado, of the city of gold. And what was stated in this, what piqued my interest and made me go, wow, okay, this information's for me. So Sirius is part of Orion's belt, the constellation Orion. It's part of Orion's belt. In those times in Colombia, in those ancient times, Orion was part of the Jaguar constellation, not the Orion's constellation. It wasn't a hunter, it was a Jaguar. So this set all kinds going in me. because one of the kind of animals of interest, you've seen my logo is leopard print, but it's the big cats with the markings. Okay, they've frightened me forever, but they've been a fascination. They will forever be part of my wardrobe. Okay, so this piqued my interest. I was like, okay, so we've got, it's the alignment of this for me personally is huge. It's part of the Jaguar. We're in the time of the hazel moon, which is in the Irish calendar, in the Irish tree, the Celtic tree calendar, as opposed to the Gregorian calendar that we follow. This is the time of hazel. It changes on the 5th of August. And hazel was the fruit that was, I know we think it's a nut, but it's not, it's a fruit. It was the fruit that the salmon ate in the river to attain the ultimate knowledge, the higher knowledge. So we're in the time of hazel. It's got this big cat significance. It's also the Sirius is very aligned to the celestial realms, and also to the story of Imbas Frosne, the story of this gifting of the goddess knowledge, the goddess light of inspiration. So this is all like, okay, so this fascination has been calling me in personally on the lines, and now it's all kind of making sense to me in a way. So that's just like a little personal aside of, okay, so that's given me another chunk of my jigsaw. There is this kind of energy around this. It's about receiving that information. It's receiving where you are at fault and you're blaming other circumstance, person, etc. It's also about what is the information that's coming into you at the minute that just feels vital. It just has impacted you in a way that you might not even be sure why, but it has. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little very short routine to get your body into the kind of informative messages that you might receive from Sirius. As I say, if you're opening this in November, do it in November. Still tap into Sirius. And all we're going to do is we're going to call in the cat, because whether it's a lion or a jaguar, there's cat energy here. So we're going to call in the feminine, the goddess archetype. So remember, it's all one light of inspiration, this goddess light, the Imbas, whether it's Imbas, whether it's Shekinah, it's the same thing. But we're shown the reflections of this one diamond. We're showing the aspects of this diamond through archetypal goddesses. And the goddess that we're calling in today, we've got Bowen, who is the cow, the white cow. And we're going to utilize Bast, the Egyptian goddess. So Bowen is an Irish goddess. Bast is the Egyptian goddess. She's a moon goddess, and she's the goddess of the cat, the feline. Now, Bast is related to the moon, and we have a full moon tomorrow. Again, doesn't matter when you read this. Just take in the energy of whatever moon phase you're in at the time, or tap into this full moon. Okay? So, Bast is inward night energy. Night, moon, where you've been. Bowen, cow, heart open, outwards. Sun energy can be our spiritual sun energy. So opening ourselves to the spiritual sun of Sirius. And we're going to, I'll stand up and show you particularly, but we're going to do, it's essentially the cat and cow move pose from yoga, but we're going to do it standing, or you can do it seated. You can do it seated. You can pull in, chest down, breathing out, chest out, shoulders back, head raised. The most important thing is the heart is opened. And the question we're going to pose ourselves is, when we're down and we're embossed, we're going to speak to the heart and we're going to, where have I been? Just where have I been? Whatever you feel about that statement, whatever your connotations for that statement is, go with them. It may change through the practice. And then when you come out into Bowen, into the cow, your third eye is pointing up to Sirius, and you're going to ask, where am I going? And you're just going to allow back to, where have I been? Where am I going? I'm going to show you how to set up for it as well before I go into the practice, because the practice, I will leave you after the practice. Once you've done the practice, and take as long over it as you need to take. Don't stop when my video stops. It might be that you want to do that for 10 minutes. Where have I been? Where am I going? I don't know. You might want to do it for 7 hours. You might want to do it till next year. And what that will do, after you finish doing the practice, take some time to sit and just receive. Now, it might not be that you receive words, images, anything that makes any sense, but believe me, cellularly, if that is a word, you are going to receive the information that you need during this portal. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a card for now, because I like that. That popped up at me. The Great Mother. So what have I been on about? The Great Mother. This is surrender. Surrender. Can you believe it? Surrender is on the card. Surrender to the mystery. How much of what I said in that past 17 minutes makes any sense at all in your logical mind? Barely any of it, if none. But surrender to the mystery. Surrender to the mystery of what I'm saying. And the mystery of what it is. We have a spiritual son that sends us down information and speaks direct to our soul, and and we have a galactic blueprint, and we have an ancestral blueprint. All of that, surrender to it. Surrender to that if you can, for now, just for this practice. And fall into her arms. Know that you are supported. Know that the ultimate thing that they took away from us when they wrote the goddess out of religions, out of formalized religion, is they took away this unconditional love. So no matter where you are right now, no matter what you've done in the past, no matter what comes up for you in this practice, remember that it is all held within a container. And I'm going to put the protective circle around. I'm going to put the kiyam around you while you do this practice. Remember that it is all contained within the safety of an unconditional loving force. The Great Mother. Okay, so I'm going to take a sip of my tea. And I'm going to show you the brief routine. Okay, so move my stool. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take a nice couple of deep breaths. And rub your hands together, generating the energy from your heart space. Put them onto your thighs and breathe out. And that's just going to ground you. All that energy from you is going straight down them legs, straight down the trunks into the earth, and creating a lovely grounded sensation. And then we're going to remind ourselves, we're going to connect ourselves to heaven and earth, reminding ourselves that we are just a channel of this ancestral pool that we came from, and the galactic pool that we came from. So we're going to go from the center and reaching up to heaven and down to earth, holding the breath, bringing all that information into heart space. And do the other side, up to heaven, down to earth, connected. Breathe out, bringing that information into heart space, into center. Okay, so now we're going to go into Bast Bowen. Okay, well, that was very posh, wasn't it? Bast, as I would probably say, not Bast. Okay, So I'll go from the side so that you can see what happens in the middle. So if you're gonna do it standing, knees bent, okay, I'm gonna go in, breathe in, chin to chest, breathe out, third eye to the sky. I'm going to go in, bust, out, bowing. I'll lose my earpiece. And then remember our mantra. So we're going to go, oh, my cat just walked in, literally. Where have I been? To the heart. Where am I going? Third eye to Sirius. And repeat that. I'll do it a couple of times together. Okay, I'll do it forwards. Where have I been? Where am I going? Where have I been? Where am I going? Here's Blast's little representation in my house. Silver. Go on, sweetheart. So that's it. So do that as many times, get your stool back, as you feel. And then take some time to either lie or sit very straight. Nice straight spine, whichever way you're doing it. We know you're here, Bobby. And allow what wants to come in to come in. Thank you for listening. And yes, I am taking on one-to-one clients, monthly one-to-one clients from now, between now and Christmas. I'm taking on one-to-one clients that want to work with me for a year. And it is literally at, I'm not even going to say it's a third of what it should be costing, but it's very, very low because I want to track this information over a year. So if you feel you would like to take part in that with me, please get in contact. All right, I'll put the details below. Enjoy 8-8, whatever it is, whatever it means to you, enjoy that practice and enjoy 8-8.